Hey everyone, what's going on? My name's Van, and welcome to the channel. Today on the channel, we're taking a look at one of the most iconic Seiko watches out there, and that is the Seiko SNK809. This watch is super iconic, recognizable, and best affordable. I've had this watch for about a week now, so I've gotten to know all the pros and cons of the watch, all the flaws, and everything I like about it. So today, I'm giving you guys an unboxing and a review of the Seiko SNK809. But before we get into this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. No more talking, let's get into this video. Okay, so here's the packaging for the watch. I got this one off of Amazon.com in used but very good condition, which basically means open box and no signs of wear anywhere on the product. So as you can see, the box is damaged on this one, but the watch is completely fine. Seiko manual and the beautiful Seiko SNK809. Before we get too in-depth about the watch, let's talk about the dimensions real quick. So we have a case diameter of 38 millimeters, we have a case thickness of 11 millimeters, we have a lug width of 18 millimeters, and a lug-to-lug width of 43 millimeters. And to be honest with you guys, these dimensions are perfect for my 6.5 inch wrist. The lugs fit on my wrist, doesn't overhang, it's not too thick. It's a great size. And onto the face of this watch. We have minute markers on the outer side of the dial, and we have hour markers on the inside. And one more thing I like at the 12 o'clock position, there's a little triangle, and this is not a homage, but it kind of reminds me of an IWC watch. At the 3 o'clock position, we have a day of the week and day of the month indicator, and in order to control those, all we have to do is pull out the crown one time, twist forwards to adjust the day of the month, and twist backwards to adjust the day of the week. And one more thing I kind of like on this watch, on the second hand, there's a little bit of red on the tip of the second hand. I think that's a really neat accent. We have a Hardlex crystal, no sapphire, unfortunately. But for a Seiko 5, what do you expect? For the texture of the case, we have a sandblast metal. And on the back of the case, we have polished metal. I think they kept it polished because it probably would have costed them way too much to do the sandblasting on the back, so they just left it polished. Now, most of the time on Seiko 5s, they come on a horrible, believe me, really bad, cheap Chinese bracelet. But the SNK809 comes on a nice little nylon NATO strap. Now, it's not a great quality NATO strap, but it's a whole lot better than the cheap metal clinky bracelets. And the buckle and the little safety rings are also sandblast. And for the movement on this watch, we have the legendary Seiko 7S26C automatic movement. No hacking or hand wind, unfortunately. Only runs on movement, and the only way to power it is by shaking it. And this movement has 21 joules. One more thing I forgot to mention, we have the crown at the 4 o'clock position, which is Seiko's signature little design. And here's what the watch looks like on my 6.5 inch wrist. I have a slightly smaller, skinny wrist, but it fits perfectly, in my opinion. The biggest watch I am willing to wear is a 43 millimeter dial diameter watch, and even those are a little chunky and the lugs kind of hang off of my wrist. But the lugs on this watch, the lug-to-lug distance of 43 millimeters, fits perfectly on my 6.5 inch wrist. And this is the Loom on this watch. They didn't put any Loom on the minute markers or the hour markers. There's only little dots on the outside of the dial, which is a little disappointing because if you're trying to tell what time it is in the middle of the night and your watch isn't on your wrist, maybe it's sideways like that, you really have no clue what time it is. And also, the Loom isn't very powerful compared to my other Seiko 5 watch. So this is the SNK809, and this is my SNKL75 sporty dress watch, you could call it. And I'm kind of disappointed with the SNK809 because it's a field watch, and that means it's supposed to be in rugged conditions. Maybe you're camping with it, and it's just not the Loom I really expected. One more thing about this watch I almost forgot. It is super versatile on the bracelet. You can put almost any type of strap or bracelet you want on this watch and it will look amazing. Here's about 4 different natal straps I tried on this watch, and as you can see, they are all looking super good, super sharp. Any type of band on this watch looks amazing. And there you have it, guys. That is my review on the Seiko SNK809 field watch. I think the price on this watch originally started at $50, and that was like an amazing price at the time. In fact, it was actually one of the cheapest automatic watches that Seiko had produced ever, and now the price has actually increased to about $90 per watch. And in fact, around a month ago, they were only worth about $70, and now they're worth about $90. So the price is actually still going up. So you might want to get your hands on one of these watches before the value increases even more. And I think this is a great first automatic watch if you're trying to get into watch collecting and you've never had an automatic mechanical watch before. Any Seiko 5, especially the Seiko 5 SNK809, is a great place to start. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And while you guys are doing that, it would be greatly appreciated if you share this video on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and anywhere else you can share a video. And that's going to be it for this time. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.